At the start of your chemical related chaos, you never for 1 second believed you were going to become addicted, but you did. And then you believed you could stop, and you didn't. And then you made lots of promises that you failed, but you believed those promises. I don't believe you made any false promises. I believe you believed those promises. And so, as far as we're concerned, dealing with addictions, it's got to be rooted in self-awareness, self-acceptance, not just acceptance of who we are, but establishing and accepting who we're not. So we start with deception. I am convinced after 25 years of counselling that this spiritual, psychological, relational embryo, self-deception, is at the root of every piece of fruit your life has produced whilst you've been using. So the program we're introducing you to is going to take you down to a new root system. We're going to go down to the root system, and we're going to start adding some compost and fertilizer and supplements. Okay, before we get there, I want to show you the necessity and the importance of really facing up to this instinct to self-deceive. This is how it started. I won't become addicted. No, not me, man. I'm better than that. We're only going to try it. So we try it, we like it, and then we try it again. That's playing with it. That's recreation. Problem is, when we've played with it about 4 or 5 times, we don't quite get so much out of it, so we use more. Deception, experimentation, recreation, escalation. That's addiction right there. You're in trouble at that point. That's when the promises start. That's when the concerns are born, even within us. And what we do is we then determine, I got myself into this mess, I'll get myself out of it. But then the harder we try, the more we fail. The more we fail, the worse it gets. The worse it gets, the worse we feel. The worse we feel because of the worse condition we're in now than we've ever been, the less we believe in ourselves. Deception, experimentation, recreation, escalation, addiction, determination, deterioration, desperation. The worse it gets, the worse it continues to get. We are interventionists. Okay, when we introduce you to the concepts of your addiction, you're going to want to run. You're not going to want to face up to it. You're not going to want to embrace it. We're going to be the interventionist. We expect you to be the deflectionist. We won't be distracted from intervention. That's our role. Until you see what we see about your addiction. We want you to feel about your addiction the way we feel about your addiction. At the moment, you're very possibly absolutely devastated and sick and tired of the consequences of your addiction. You won't get clean and sober because you're sick of the consequences of your addiction. You're only going to get clean and sober when you get sick and tired of your addiction and everything that it is made up of. All of these conditions and more. There's going to be a window of depression. You can't get out of that swamp of addiction into recovery without getting depressed. Anybody who says they got clean and sober and never suffered a day's depression is lying. We're going to take you into the depression. We're going to welcome you into the depression. We're not going to tell you to put your socks up and stand up and get on with it and forget the past. We'll just press on. We're going to sit with you in your depression, and we're going to offer supervision to get you out. In order to get you out, we need to go through a window of reflection until the light starts to shine. And as soon as the light starts to shine, welcome to recovery. Your recovery program is your responsibility. We will take 80% of the responsibility for introducing you to the undeniable foundations of the world's most successful recovery program. Okay, we're going to have to take you through a treatment program. We're going to have to look at the concepts of deception, experimentation, recreation, escalation, addiction, determination, deterioration, desperation. Then we're going to have to address your ability to deflect until you submit, even if it means getting depressed. You're not alone. I'm Colin. I'm the program director. 13 and a half years of intravenous heroin and amphetamine addiction. Clean and sober, 27 years. Let me tell you something, man. If I can do it, anybody can do it.